This is Sharon with Entelechy Visions, and this is an energy update for the week of October 28th through November 3rd. So we have an amazing holiday this week. It's one of my favorite holidays of the year. So happy Halloween, or Samhain, which is the pagan holiday, whichever one you celebrate. This season or this holiday is really beautiful in that it's very creative and it invites out those parts of ourselves that we may keep suppressed in some way. So inviting out our inner child, our creative self, our sensual sides, our shadow sides. So all of these are very scorpionic themes, which we are now fully in Scorpio season. And these themes can be acted out, can be played out with this holiday, because we can stuff down these parts of ourselves, and these are all pieces of who we are. So our creative side, our more sensual self, and maybe some darker aspects of ourselves. So it's good to find healthy ways to really express these parts of who we are. This particular Halloween is unique because it is combining with a Mercury retrograde. And I know there's a lot of hype around the retrograde seasons, that we all really don't necessarily look forward to the retrogrades, but they can be really helpful. They can be really beneficial because they can help us to dive deeper into maybe some things that have been left untouched, or some areas that we haven't really wanted to go into so deeply. So this season, lying around the Scorpio season, this retrograde, is really inviting us to kind of pull out the skeletons from our closet. And it's showing us that we really can't necessarily convince ourselves that we can live without something. Like if we have a certain need that has not been met, and maybe we have been stuffing that down or stuffing that away from a certain relationship, whether that is intimate partnerships, family, with friends, or something that we've been denying ourselves in private, that we just feel that we haven't had that voice or that outlet for. Well, this month, these next couple months will really be this period to allow us to look at what are these areas that we have been denying for ourselves. And it could also be areas that maybe it's something that we have been living with that we know we don't need anymore. Whether that is a certain aspect of our life, a job, a relationship, a habit, a friendship, something that does not feel healthy, or maybe some level of toxicity that we've just been putting up with, but we know really under the surface of it that it's not truly resonant or in alignment anymore. So this is a time to really lift up the carpet and see, what have we been shoving under there? What have we been stuffing away for a rainy day, or a time when things felt a little bit more easy and comfortable to let out? Now is the time to really move through that. And when you bring things up, when you open up the closet and you let out the skeletons, it might not always be a fun experience, but when you move through some truths, whether that's with other people in your life, or whether that is some honesty that you're reaching with yourself, you can move through to more expansion and really alignment to what you really are resonant with. So when you get through that gateway of maybe some discomfort of coming to some realizations, or exposing secrets or truths that you know you've been keeping, that need to come out into the open, that need some air or some light to be seen, then you move to a greater, more expansive space. So this retrograde has that purpose to expose these so that you can up level, so that you can move more to what you want, to what you need, to what you really desire. So everything has its alignment, everything has its truth on the path. And this can also be a time to reveal whether you are headed in the right direction in your life. And you may notice at this time that maybe little gifts or large gifts, opportunities, the certain alignments that are happening right now can expose some unexpected windfalls, some things that are showing you that you are definitely on the right path, that you have chosen this certain direction, and the universe is coming in to support that with certain ways, certain gifts in your life. And also in the opposite direction as well, that if you are going down the wrong path, and the wrong path meaning something that is really not truly in alignment with your soul, something that's not truly in alignment with who you have become, with this new transformative process of who you are now. If something in your path is not matching who you have become, then we could have a little bit of a course correction right now too. So that could mean something that just shifts your path slightly or maybe majorly to allow you to move into a completely different direction, and one that would be in more alignment with where you should be heading, with what's more soul aligned. So if any of that occurs for you right now or surrounding in the next couple months, just know that everything is working out in your favor. So these can be challenges that are really gifts in disguise. So also an aspect that some of you might also be feeling some stagnation or some stuckness, or maybe life is feeling a little flatlined right now. Kind of like there's a little bit of monotony or this same aspect, kind of an underlying maybe boredom that's occurring. And know that that is all part of this process of 2019 and how we've been in this preparation leading up to 2020, which is the start of a massively big new cycle, not only personally, but collectively as well. So it's a big new evolutionary cycle that's beginning in 2020, which is why 2019 has felt a lot like we've been doing so much grunt work and that a lot has not been really moving forward in the way that we want, because we've been unearthing and we've been purging and we've been releasing and clearing, but also getting all of the pieces of our life in alignment in order for a giant leap forward. So keep that into perspective, that these next couple months and even surrounding the holidays, that we are leading up to more of that compacted period towards 2020. And we do have an eclipse falling on Christmas this year, so that's going to add even more of a potency around the holidays as well, that will help to shift us into the new year. So keep this in mind as you're moving through the next couple months, and if things aren't quite looking the way that you want, know that we are kind of in a bit of a hangover from our old self, that we've really shed a skin and we've really risen like a phoenix from the ashes now. We're rising into our new self, our new life. We've gone through an alchemical process and we're continuing to alchemize through the end of 2019. So, with that being said, the hangover that we're in is from old creations, that we create our life. We are co creators for our path. And so, we are living now, we are currently living what we had created from our old self. And so, in this now moment, we are now creating from our new self, our newly transformed self, and readying ourselves for the new year. So, just see that in this every moment, you have the ability to move towards the creation of what you will experience in the future, in the years down the line. So take that into perspective if you're feeling a little stuck, if you're feeling stagnant, or if you're feeling melancholy or off or bored. Know that the preparation is still underway and that a big giant shift of energy and cycle will be occurring in the new year. So I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I hope you have a lovely Halloween, however you choose to spend it. If you decide to dress up or if you decide to stay in and be a little bit more inward, because the energy right now is kind of leading towards more of that inwardness with the retrograde falling on that evening. So if you need additional support at this time, you can definitely visit entelechivisions.com, where I offer remote sessions or in-person sessions in Arizona. And feel free to ask me any questions. I love to hear from you. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening.